Want to see how I made this? Stick around and I'll show you. So here's the game plan. I'm building a puke tank. Here's the dimensions it has to be, and this is about what it's going to look like. Okay, so I made the base. I made it a inch wide around the whole perimeter. So that way, I don't know how it's going to mount. So that way they can trim it however they want. Drill, you know, mount it every corner or two here, you know. And now got that. I made the sides. So I cut them to the length that, you know, the 8 by 10, so it's gonna go like that. Now what I'm doing, I need to cut the other sides, the short sides, and of course, you know, when you put these, it's 8 inches to the outside. Well, it'll be 6 inches to the outside here. So I'm going to cut a piece to go inside of these, so the outside diameter is going to be the measurements. So I have to put these together, and I measured it a while ago. These are 8th inch. This is 8th inch material. So, you know, 8 plus 8 is a 1/4 inch. So I take 6 inches and I subtract 1/4 inch, and it'll fit in between these and be 6 inches to the outside. So, and I need one more. It's going to be a 6 by 10 inch long piece for the top. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so I got all the sides made. Next, I'm going to drill a hole. This is the top 2-inch pipe. It's going to come up through the trunk, or weld these two together. But so you drill a hole there, this is going to be the front of it, the side front. So I'm gonna drill 2 holes and weld in some 10 AN bungs for the feed into it. And on this back side, I'm gonna run in the bottom. I've got a 3/8 NPT drain bung. Got it right here. This piece welds in, and I've got this little valve for a drain. It's pretty neat. It's got a little ball in there, ball valve. But I'm gonna put one of these on the Nova too. I like that instead of that little screw-in thing. Yeah, this is the way to go. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna get at it. Okay, now that I've got all the holes drilled, so it's my drain, my 2 10 AN fills, and my vent out the top. I'm gonna go ahead and weld the fittings in, do everything I can before welding the box together. Basically, just gonna do like that, you know, weld all that up. And I'm gonna also baffle this. So after I weld these bungs on, come around to the back side here and use like I'm gonna weld in like a piece of angle like this, or a piece of aluminum like this, so it shoots the moisture down into the sump. And also, I'm going to baffle this by welding like a V here that separates sort of knocks down a little bit of the oily moisture and stuff, instead of it just going straight out the vent. Okay, so I got all the bungs welded in. And, I weld them from the back side, makes the front nice and clean. And if you're wondering, I was using a piece of wood here. I was going against these AN fittings with that piece of wood because you don't want your ground to be through right here where the sealing surface is. It'll, you know, pit it out and make it leak. So just put a piece of wood to protect it and it'll ground through somewhere else. So these are still nice and smooth and should seal good. Next, I've got this piece here I bent. I had it bent over like this, and I just cut it in half. I don't know what I did with the other. There it is. But it was kind of like that, and I went over and rebent this again too, the other half of it. So this is going to come down like this. So it'll blow the gases to the bottom of the tank. And then this is going to go right here like that to also help keep some of the oil from going up and out. So that should be good enough for a baffle system. So here's the last look at it before it's a box. I got the, so your vent's gonna come in here, and it's gonna hit this wall, blow it down back to the bottom of the tank. And then it's going to hit the bottom, and then when it comes back up, it hits this wall, and it has to go around the edges. So it's just constantly, it has to go a lot of different directions, and hopefully that'll cause all the moisture to settle to the bottom and separate everything. So it's gonna look like that. All right. So I added one more thing to it before I seal it up. I'm going to show you. So you see how it comes in here gets knocked to the bottom, and then right here's the back. So it'll be in the car like this. Back side. It's gonna go down, and it won't run back up the back wall when he launches the car. If it's got any in it, this will catch it and knock it back down. So it's like a 3-piece baffle design. And got this on here, just kind of knocks things down too. Well, that's gonna be it on the Puke tank. I appreciate you watching. I hope y'all have a blessed day.